So you could be listening to our farting speaker over here, or you could have an awesome Bluepot speaker. Check out the review coming soon at gearitfirst.com. Plus, there's going to be a giveaway. Again, gearitfirst.com. Check us out on YouTube, Gear It First. Meanwhile, back to farting speaker. So in today's day and age, we are all tied to these wonderful things. It doesn't matter if it's an iPhone, doesn't matter if it's an Android and it's going to catch on fire. In some way, shape, and form, you're like, I need one of these battery packs. But then, especially for those of us that are always on the go, we have another device, and that's a portable battery speaker. Bluepot saw an opportunity, and they combined both into one awesome device. My name is RESONADO Bluepot of Gear It First, and today we're going to look at the Bluepot Bluetooth speaker and power bank. So what exactly is the Bluepot? Well, it's a battery pack and it's a Bluetooth speaker. And if we look at these things individually, it fares pretty well. There's a lot of pros and cons, but when you put them together, you have something that really nobody else has made. So on the battery pack side, this is a 10,000 milliamp hour battery pack. And right away, the first thing I thought of is, well, I have battery packs now that are 20 or even 30,000 milliamps. But what I found that was really unique about this is that this has quick charge support. Now, they all say that they quickly charge your devices, but most of those battery packs are 2.1 amps. This guy is 3 amps, and it charged my phone a heck of a lot faster than all the other battery packs that I own. Sun's going down. Ready to fly this thing to get some important footage. And apparently the battery never charged on this, and it takes a while for it to charge long enough to boot up. Will this be able to charge this big old battery before the sun sets? Let's see how rapid charge this rapid charge really is. Man. Sure enough as hell, it took off just in time, and the sun is just about to set. This thing charges fast. Pretty dope. That in itself was impressive, because when I need my phone charged, if I have a battery pack, I want to charge quickly. I don't want to keep a battery pack on me at all times. So it charged my phone faster even than the regular wall charger did. So that was pretty cool. The other thing is that every battery manufacturer out there may say 10,000, 20,000 milliamp hours, but I've got multiple battery packs that say the same rating, and one lasts longer than the other. What I can tell you is that I had my phone plugged into this and used it with the speaker on and off for a couple days straight, and I finally just had to charge it. That in itself was pretty impressive, because I cranked this thing up, and we'll talk about the sound in just a moment. On the front, we have the speakers. I want to talk to you about the speakers. What Bluepot did that's very different is, this is, first of all, it's not a rounded speaker at all. It is a square type speaker. But they have a technology that is, I guess, exclusively their own, and you don't have your usual speaker. You've got a cone to the rounded magnet. They managed to somehow fit this in something that is so thin, it technically shouldn't be reproducing sound. But lo and behold, it is. Almost all the thickness out of this is for the battery itself, not for the speaker. So what's this middle part here? Because we've got speaker and speaker here. What's this part here? This is actually what we call a passive driver. Now, in the days of car audio, I would have, let's say, 2 subs, and I would often put a driver in the middle. There is no voice coil or anything to it. All it was literally just a cone on a spider or a suspension, and it would move back and forth with the vibrations of the other 2 speakers or the other 2 subs, and it would enhance the bass. This is essentially what that is. It's a passive driver, a faux speaker, if you will, which helps the sound come a little bit beefier than it should be. Are you gonna get a lot of bass out of this? No, it does get loud. And the reason that there's not a lot of bass on this is because, again, there's not a lot of travel time on these drivers. As a matter of fact, if you were to take this thing apart, you wouldn't even see the drivers move at all. But it still gets pretty loud. And the reason they did that is because they wanted to keep this device thin. So I'm just gonna put it here for now. Now, if you look, keep in mind we are in a very open park, so let me tell you a little bit of what's going on. Right above us, we have a bunch of airplanes going up and down because we do have the airport not that far from here. We have this fountain right here. They're setting up for a Mardi Gras concert. And here we have a speaker that has been farting non-stop for like the last 15 minutes. I've had to do several retakes because I just can't stop laughing at the whole time. So, and even my wife is laughing in the background. So I'm gonna just real quick play that and let's check it out, shall we? Now, I don't know if the microphone's gonna pick it up from here, but I can still hear the music. I'll bring it a little bit closer. Okay, so let's talk about what 10,000 milliamp hours really means anyways. So the iPhone has right under a 2,000 milliamp hour battery life. Now this means that the Bluepot can theoretically charge the iPhone around 5 full times. But remember, you don't have that USB 2.1, you've got a 3.0 output. And with that quick charge feature, it's gonna take less than 2 hours to fully charge a dead iPhone. So I've gone from 50% to about 100% in less than 30 minutes in most times. And what's even more impressive is that I had music playing. So this battery is definitely not weak by any sense of the word. It's playing music, it's charging my phone, and it's keeping things at full force. Whereas with other battery packs, if I play them at 100% volume, they die out after an hour or so. If you're using the speaker only, this is the most impressive part. As I said earlier, I've gotten maybe 30 minutes to an hour out of some of the portable battery speakers out there after a lot of use. I tested this for about a full week, and while I know it's not long-term use, I used it quite a bit. And at maximum volume, I got, like I said, a couple of days worth without having to charge it. The manufacturer's Bluepot, they tested it at 50 plus hours. So you're talking about 50% volume. So at 30 to 50% volume, which is what the average person may use it for, you're talking about 150 plus hours. Okay, so I never thought that I would actually do a video where I talk about speakers for a battery pack unit, but this is pretty impressive. So imagine a transition from the old TV speakers to the flat screens, right? So most speakers are pretty much using a cone-shaped speaker. If you're a DJ and you're subscribed to Gear It First, you know exactly how a speaker works, right? One of the biggest downsides to the cone-shaped speaker is that space is pretty inefficient. You're gonna have to have a lot of space because it's gotta move air and the cone has to be able to move up and down. So you gotta have space in the back, and of course you have to have space in the front. So what Bluepot did is they pretty much remade the whole thing. They call it flat magnetic speaker technology. So what they do is they use flat magnets as opposed to the rounded magnets that we're all used to. It basically allows the speaker to be thinner, and they claim that it's thinner than any speaker in the world. And as you can tell, I mean, it pretty much is. So even though the speakers used to be bulky and large to get the same kind of sound output, this speaker gives you that without sacrificing voice quality. And most importantly, unlike some of the speakers out there that are smaller speakers, this is a very bright speaker. You get nice and crisp highs, almost like if there is a compression driver in there. I'm absolutely in love with the USB charging system on this. You see, most battery packs only give you 2.1 and then 1.0 for the rest. These are quick charge for both. What that allowed me to do is I can have my phone charging. I have a USB adapter for my pocket LED projector. So I've got the battery source for everything, and I have a speaker all built in. And I'll tell you what, the guys behind Bluepot, they are incredible. Listen, between you and I, when I asked, hey, I'd like to review one of the units, it got lost. Yeah, that was definitely a first here at Gear It First. We just don't know where it went. I told them, like, look, I'll gladly pay for another one, but, I'm so sorry. And they're like, oh, no worries, we'll get it taken care of. Well, lo and behold, my wife found it. It somehow wound up in the laundry area, but it was still in the box and everything in there. So I have one of these, and I don't know what to do with it. So I'm gonna give it to one of you guys. So all you gotta do to win this, Unfortunately, US only. If you're out of the US and you win, let me see what I can do, because shipping can get expensive. But if you're in the US or even parts of Canada, I want you to leave a comment down below. Tell me what you think about it, and tell me why you need a Bluepot speaker. My name is RESONADO Bluepot of Gear It First. As always, hit the subscribe button, hit the thumbs up, all the cool kids are doing it anyways. And most importantly, leave a comment below. Tell me why you need a Bluepot, and I will get one sent out to a random person that we'll pick out from there. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great night, and God bless.